Hey guys, welcome back to the Cult Classic Kids Show, and today we are talking about Forza Horizon 5. And I ended up getting the premium pass through my Games Pass, so I paid about like $45 or something like that. And I got early access to the game through that. And from playing about 20 or so hours, honestly, I have been having a lot of fun driving around. All the cars, it is just crazy, man. Let's just get into it. I think the fact that at this point I have put about 20 hours into the game in such a short period of time really goes to the game's design, this hub world that we have. And honestly, I think Forza manages to do these types of worlds the best. I'm constantly engaged. I'm constantly doing something. The overall design of keeping the player engaged, I think, is really well done. The open world itself takes place in Mexico, and I really love the design. I feel so much more engaged than I was in Forza Horizon 4 because the area you're in Forza 4 just kind of wasn't interesting at all to me. It felt kind of bland. The visuals were there. It was a very beautiful game, but where we were, and I forget, it just didn't really engage me very much. Whereas Mexico, the difference in the forests and the deserts in these little towns, all of it just looks very engaging and interesting and very vibrant. The game just feels more vibrant than Forza Horizon 4 felt to me personally. What's great about Forza Horizon 5 is that I do always feel like I'm on the road, I'm driving, I'm into it. I think that goes in part with the fact that I don't really come across loading times, and when I do, they're very minute. I don't even notice them most of the time. I'm just off doing something else, and I really do like that. I feel extremely engaged, like I'm constantly ready to go. And everything's even quick when I'm constantly like changing out cars, for example. Like I'll be in a certain area that's like all dirt road, and obviously I don't want to use like a Corvette Stingray to be driving on dirt roads, so I'll quickly switch to like the freaking Halo Warthog and I'll start driving, and that's like that, like in the snap of a finger, just quick change. And I think that really is helpful. Like it's easy for me to just uh adapt to my environment. There's a lot of vast choices when it comes to vehicles you can choose from in the game. Everything from like serious race cars to off-road vehicles to the freaking Warthog. I mean, the only thing I feel as though it's missing right now is stuff like the Mach 5. I mean, come on, Playground Games. Put the Mach 5 in Forza. Like, that would be pretty sick. And while they're at it, they can also give us the Speed Racer outfit. That would be pretty sick. But it's pretty cool that they have, different cars from all different time periods, stuff from like the 50s, 60s, 70s, like it goes all the way up to modern day. So it's really cool that you do have the option to play with those. And driving these cars, they do feel different. Every car is weirdly unique in its own way, but muscle cars feel like muscle cars, and modern like a modern Corvette feels like a modern Corvette versus like something that's older. The off-road vehicles, definitely, they have their own unique feel. I really do like the off-road vehicles. I'm not crazy about speed. I'm definitely not the best driver in the world, so whatever gives me more grip on the road, everything that helps me being able to maneuver better, I prefer that over just being like a dart in the road. But the sense of speed in the game is definitely there when you put the pedal down. Like with some of these cars, you literally are a dart. It really feels good. And I what's great about Forza Horizon is that you don't have to know shit about driving. But if you practice in the game, you will get better and you'll be a better driver at least for the game and improve, which is really cool. I'm not big into driving simulators. I don't really like them. I can't really I could barely even drive in real life. So driving sims would definitely make me feel like an idiot for lack of a better term. But Forza Horizon to me has a great sense of like being feeling realistic while also being like an arcade driver, and I prefer those over pretty much everything else. The customization in the game, from I haven't messed with it too much yet, but I've definitely looked at what's there, and watching people make awesome like cars, like all these graphics and how it looks really sick. All the cars have awesome customization options, and that goes to the people that create them online and upload them. They are freaking awesome, and the game's only been out for, like, a couple of days, and the shit I've seen is crazy. Like, hats off to you guys. The fact that you can make all these, designs and then upload them is really cool. I definitely have a few, like, maybe, like, 3 or 4. You guys saw my warthog. That was not something I made myself because I'm not creative at all, I suck. But it was some badass on the internet that made a dope warthog, and I really like that graphic, so I had to put it on. When it comes to all the cars, you can do tuning to them in order to basically make them drive the way you'd prefer them to drive. So if you don't like the way a car drives on the road, you can definitely make adjustments for that and increase basically how good your car is, which is really cool. It's something that was on the last game as well. I really like that. So when a car that's maybe not the best, you can at least soup it up to drive better because there's some cars that definitely in the game aren't like crazy, like a Pontiac Trans Am. I really like that car a lot. Firebird on it. So it's not the best car in the game, but I souped it up so it's actually pretty competitive relatively, which is cool. And mind you, you really don't have to know a lot about cars in order to do all this stuff. Like, my knowledge of cars is very limited, besides, like, a few cars that I always, I liked in general. But I don't know anything about tuning up cars and engines and all that, but the game is you can understand what's going on when you're looking at stats and how to increase the car's performance and whatever performance you're trying to look to soup it up at. If it be like horsepower or uh, the way it drives, things like that. Really not difficult things to understand. But, when it comes to those intricacies, there's also like the crazy shit that happens in the game, like cars flying out of airplanes. Like shit like that just seems like so over the top silly to me. But like I like how this Forza really does embrace like extremes, I guess. Things that really aren't realistic, but it feels like a realistic world despite that. It doesn't feel cartoony, like goofy. Like I think it's just a lot of fun. The game doesn't sacrifice fun for realism at all, and I do appreciate that. But the game still feels realistic enough for to be taken seriously. The game modes definitely vary. There's a lot of really fun races in different areas. Then there's like silly shit. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like just party stuff, like knocking down bowling pins and stuff. Silly shit like that, which is also entertaining. Then you just have like these speed areas where you try to go as fast as you can in a given area, it tracks your speed and whatnot. Like there's a lot of little stuff. Smashing like these boards that give you XP. You're always up to something in the world, like really like quick stuff or some really long races even. It definitely varies. I find the mass majority of it to be very fun. There's also cars you can find in barns and they'll be restored and there'll be some really awesome dope cars. I really do like that as well. My only complaint with the game is that I have not seen a Lincoln Town car from the 70s, preferably the late 70s. Yes, I like to drive an enormous boat on the road because honestly, I just love the way that car looks, but that's just a pet peeve of mine. Would love to see the car in the game. Highly doubt I will, but we can always hope, right? Right, but seriously, a complaint I do have in the game is that the character models do look pretty like boring. They look like they look like NPCs in most modern games, to be honest with you. And they kind of look just clownish. I don't know. I couldn't take it seriously, so I just gave my character like a lavender mop on their head to signify a reference to Trunks, preferably future Trunks. But I kind of got them dressed in a way that I can at least live with. But yeah, I had to give them robotic arms because when Solid Rev pointed out the fact that the hands look as atrocious as they do, I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna give them robo arms. That probably just makes the most sense. The robotic hands. It's like it's one of those things that you just can't unsee. Also, the thing with having to pay CP just to fast travel, I mean, I get it, but it just feels petty. why even bother doing that shit? Not cool. And of course, some people are gonna be like, well, you're in a driving game. Obviously, you should just drive around and not complain about it. I mean, but sometimes I just got like these couple of moments in the game where I just wanted to go do that thing right now. And it's just like, but then I have to pay the CP, and it's just like, why? Like, I just want to like sporadically do something. Let me sporadically do it without putting a fake currency in the way. Like, it's so weird to me. It's just a bullshit thing now that I feel is kind of normalized since Red Dead Redemption 2 and meh. Now, when it comes to visuals, the game looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm playing it on my Xbox Series X on a 4K television. The game definitely is a nice upgrade from Forza Horizon 4. Looks very vibrant. I really can't express that enough. The game looks so much more vibrant than Forza 4, and I really think that that really adds to the experience. The cars look gorgeous. You're in like the menu just looking at a car and just looking at every inch of a car. That shit is extremely detailed. The world itself extremely detailed. I really have to give it to the devs. They really knocked it out of the park with visually astounding people. And I've been playing on the performance mode at 60 FPS, and despite it being performance mode, it looks gorgeous. And the 60 hertz, the 60 FPS, absolutely really well done. I don't come across any frame rate drops that are really noticeable. Overall, they did a really good job. People thinking that this game was going to get downgraded or that it's downgraded. I mean, I'm playing on performance mode and the shit looks beautiful. Like, to be petty is whatever. I mean, obviously Xbox fans were really, really petty over Spider-Man. I thought that that was stupid. And now it seems as though like people on PlayStation side are also deciding to be petty too. Like it's suddenly justifiable or something. If it's downgraded, I don't really notice. It looks freaking amazing. Plays freaking amazing. I've been mostly just playing on my own because I'm waiting for my friends to be able to download it on Gamepass. So been waiting to play with them. Either way, despite like basically experiencing the game on my own, I've been having a lot of fun with it. And the fact that fairly shortly my friends are also going to be playing with me, it's definitely going to uh increase the experience for sure. Obviously, you know, when you play with friends, it just makes everything better, even some things that are absolutely dog shit almost. But guys, that's my early thoughts on Forza Horizon 5. Let me know what you guys think about the game. Are you going to be playing it? Did you decide to buy in early? Let me know what you guys think overall. If you can, like this video, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me over on Twitter if you want to continue the conversation. And with all that being said, guys, I'm out. Peace.